30 to 40% of Scrum tonight. I may not be able to cover everything, but tonight you will understand how really Scrum works. You will also have a concept about how in real life, someone like a Scrum Master or someone like business analyst or someone as a QA or someone as a developer, how they really work, how this game really being played. So you will see that. We will go through smooth and easy ride. As long as you follow me, you will be fine. In case if you don't follow, I'm anyhow recording the session. I encourage you to follow this thing when you do homework and when you work with your project team. You will have a really good homework tonight. And the reason I have two main objectives when I'm teaching this class, two main objectives. One, in almost I would say February end or March, I want you to have a certification. I'm really serious about it. I want you to have certification. Without certification, your marketability will be struggling. I'll be honest with you. With certification, your marketability will increase significantly. So I need one objective is certification. And in order for me to prepare you for the certification, trust me, I'm working crazy to make sure you get the certification. Today, I spent almost 4+ hours just to create your project details. So you get the maximum detail. I also set up homework. That homework will give you around 20+ questions in your certification exam. So if you do the homework, you're well prepared for the certification as well. And when you do the project, you're well prepared for the job market. So both objectives are going parallel. So far, so good. So I really humbly request, if you are taking the class, I'm hoping that you are either interested in certification or knowledge, and second, you are interested in a job. But if you are not doing homework, you are not interested in any of them. Do you agree or not? So don't be wishy-washy. In America, we call wishy-washy. Right? I want it, but I don't want it. Right? It won't work. Trust me. In America, it will be visible. And I want you to learn. Make sure you put effort. This is going to be a little easier when you do homework. If you don't do it, you know it, but you will be what you call paper form. Means if somebody asks, you will not be able to explain. I have good news, life. They might have two type of language. One language is called color coding. So we need to understand color coding. And the second language we need to understand is verbiage. Verbiage means text. They might use text quite differently from one team to another team or one company to another company. So there are certain things you need to know. And tonight it's all about learning. So if you feel like I do not understand anything, ask questions. But hold your some of the questions if I'm going to cover in, I will stop every 15-20 minutes. So making sure you get enough time to ask questions. Because I can give you guarantee, whatever questions you have, 80 to 90% chances I will be answering as I'm going through in journey. Make sense? So our goal tonight, we have to talk about product vision. Because anytime when you start a company or you work, most likely you will be working in a product company for Agile. So when you work in a product company, there will be a product vision. Then we'll talk about product design thinking. This is very important topic for interview. This topic will not be in your exam, but I can tell you without this topic, passing interview will be a little challenging. It will be very difficult for you to work as a BA or what you call a product owner if you do not know design thinking. So we'll talk about that. Product roadmap is both type important interview perspective as well as your certification perspective. Product epics, product stories, and product release. We'll talk about that. And then if we get a time, we'll jump into Scrum, high level. Because in your homework, I have asked around 20+ questions about Scrum. I want to make sure at least definitions are clear. I will try to use some pictures, some slides, making sure you are very clear. Goal of the exercise in 50-50. Tonight we are only going to cover 50 because if I give you truckload, it will be a fire hose, right? You may not be able to retain it. But if you pay attention on tonight and next week, I can give you guarantee certification is not going to be hard for you. Not only that, I can give you guarantee interview will not be hard for you. Make sense, sir? But you have to understand tools, terms, and technology. Sounds good? So now as we start, I have one question for this group. If somebody say product vision, what thing comes in your mind? You start, Mansi. You're number one.
Okay. So what do you expect the product to do? What kind of people to serve? What kind of innovation the product is bringing?
No. Too many things, right?
Okay.
Think about vision.
So the future where the product is going?
Very good. So if somebody asks where you want to be in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, then you say, I want to be doctor, or I want to be lawyer, I want to be engineer, even though I may be in 10th grade. But I have a long-term vision where I want to be, right? So that's called product vision. So when you join any company, the first and fundamental thing, you have to have vision. Do you agree or not? Yeah. If you don't have a vision, then you cannot go there. So there was a like kind of Zig Ziglar, the motivational speaker, say that he asked one guy who won gold medal in Olympic. He was, archery, the guy who is like shooting the arrow, right? So he said, "Can you shoot the arrow?" The guy said, "Yes." So, "Can you shoot the bullseye?" The guy said, "Yes." "Can I, blindfold you and you cannot see it? Can you do that?" The guy said, "Yes." Then our Mr. Zigzler said, "What if I remove the target in front of you, target from you? You cannot see the target. Can you hit the target?" The guy laughed. "Okay, if I cannot see it, I cannot touch it, I cannot do it." Same apply for company. So if company like Apple wants to come up with a product, then they have to define vision. Do you guys agree on that? Without vision, nothing can be accomplished. And that's the reason I want you to define your own vision as well. I want to be Scrum Master. I want to be product owner. I want to be project manager. I want to be business analyst. Don't worry about how. Define it. Because we have a mind. There are two types of mind we have, right? One is active mind and one is passive mind. Passive mind like picture. Passive mind like picture. When passive mind see that, passive mind capture the picture. And the picture will continuously influence the active mind. And then active mind will start taking action. And then active mind will take action till you get the picture right. Make sense? So if you don't have a picture, the passive mind will not do anything. Passive mind is a majority part of your brain, by the way. Your brain, if you do like 20-80, then 80% is your brain is passive mind, not doing anything. So you need to learn how to influence passive mind. And passive mind learns with three ways. One is picture, second is the story, and third is the feeling. So if you see something, passive mind capture it. If you watch TV or maybe movies, passive mind capture it. Or if you read some books or magazines or you do homework, passive mind will capture it. Even though you don't feel that you know it, but when it comes, it will automatically pass the knowledge to active mind. Make sense? Now, the reason we are talking about this, because vision applies to personally and professionally. So we'll talk about that in a few minutes. Now, design thinking. That topic is also very important. I'm just giving you some superficial. We're going to do lab. Very interesting lab. The lab will last most likely 1 hour. But make sure you all are available. Make sure you all are connected. Make sure you all have a computer. I'm giving little time so you can absorb the information. Now, design thinking is a thinking how I'm going to accomplish. So there are 4 or 5 questions you may have. Anytime when you start design thinking, the vision is a very simple, where you want to be. So you want to be, right? So like long term, where you want to peak, right? So that's a vision. But design thinking is a very interesting concept. This concept came from Stanford. In case if you do not know, Stanford is a college, and most of the like well-known people whom you can think about, one of the most popular company called Google, those two individuals were in Stanford. And our friend, not friend, I would say, our most popular innovator, we call Apple guy, which is Steve Jobs, he used to stay in a Stanford parking lot because he loved talking to engineers. Though he himself was not engineer, but he remained in a parking where people normally talk and gossip. So he listened. He was listener, and he kind of made his own team, which we call Apple, through the Stanford graduate also, and many more company came out from Stanford. So Stanford came up with this concept called design thinking. Very important topic. Last 4 or 5 years, it is one of the buzzword in the market. Matter of fact, I gone through the training. Myself, I gone through the training, design thinking. It's a 1 day training around $5,000. Again, you can learn in 5 minutes. They repeat and repeat and repeat. The reason they repeat, so you can memorize it. You don't have to repeat. You just need to understand design thinking, start some concept, which is called, you need to understand first thing. The first is empathy. Empathy means, who is your customer? Who is your customer? Anytime you start any product, make sure who is your customer. So if you do not know customer, then you may not treat them well. So example, if I'm in a restaurant and if I'm preparing some food, I need to know who is going to eat. Kids going to eat, elder is going to eat, maybe the person who is working, they're going to eat, a person who's doing exercise going to eat, who's going to eat, and according to that, you can prepare. So if you start customer in mind, you're most likely going to serve better. Make sense or not? So first you need to know who. In Agile, there is a special word they use in an exam and interview called persona. Remember this, persona. So normally we say who means person, like example, Tom, Mike, like that. But who are Tom? So like Tom is maybe student, then persona is student. If Tom is a manager, all managers are called persona. If Tom is employee, then employee is a persona. Every product has customer. Do you guys agree on that? If product has no customer, then technically speaking, no persona. So as a product owner, as a Scrum Master, as a business analyst, you should meet all persona and try to identify what they need. Listen carefully. What they need, why they need, when they need, how they need. Make sense or no? So as a product owner, you need to know what they need. So what means functionality? So example, if I'm looking for remote, so I need a button so I can turn on the projector, and I need a button so I can turn off the projector. Make sense or no? So what means functionality? Speak with me. Functionality. So how do I know? Customer will tell me. And if I talk to 5 customers, I will get more details. But what if I talk different type of customers? Then I get varieties of details. So example, if I talk to student about remote, maybe student will give me 5 functionality. If I talk to instructor, maybe they will give you another 5 requirements. Maybe I talk to staff, they will give me another requirement. And if I combine them, then I can come up with a must have, should have, could have, and want have. Make sense or no? Must have means all 3 persona needs. Should have means most of people need. And could have mean 1 or 2 groups need it. Make sense? So first I need to know what they need. But then immediately I need to know why they need it. Because if I say I need 5 items, has no meaning unless I tell why I need that 5, why I need that item. Make sense or not? So example, if I say I need a projector so I can start the class, that's more important than I can say I can start and stop. Start and stop does not give me why. But if I say that if I have a projector, I can turn on my projector. So if I have remote, if I can turn on my projector, I can start the class. So starting class is a value. Do you agree or not? So why indirectly help you in a value? Make sense? So in interview, people will ask, what is value? And who defines value? What do you guys think? Who defines value? Customers. But there are 3 types of customers you have: student, instructor, and staff. So who will define values now? Student. All 3. Students will define their own value. Staff will define their own value. So when they define, they will have their what they value most. Do you agree or not? So you need to understand who wants what, and why. Now, when you understand that, then they will give you some timeline. Do you guys agree or not? Because somebody need now and somebody may need later. So you need to know a timeline and then how they want it. So they may somehow, some kind of perspective how they need it. So example, if I'm needed, let's say car, if I need a car, but then I need a stick shift car, I need automatic car, I need a like electric car, I need a hybrid car. They might have some perception. We should know about it because they might have it. Of course, you can change it. Of course, you can improvise. But if I need a car and if I need an automatic car, and if you explain me a lot more stick shift car, is not going to go well. Do you agree or not? So sometimes you need to understand. Now the question is how I will understand this part. So definitely you need to use some kind of tools, which is called requirement gathering tool. Now, what you normally do, first thing you do brainstorming. You're going to do brainstorming. You all will be doing brainstorming. Now, tonight I'm going to create a project group. Are you okay, my friend? I'm asking you.
Oh, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, good. You know, you're smiling at like I'm like, okay, making sure. Brainstorming. Brainstorming means you discuss with your team. Now, you can discuss with your team or you can discuss with your customers. Why? Because no one will know perfect. Because we are in early stage in the project. So when you join any group, you will always have questions. You will not have answers. And this is very, very normal. So don't be confused. If you don't get answer for first week or even first month, not all answers, you will be fine. Trust me. It's not like, oh my God, I don't know anything. It is normal. Anytime you start the product or project, you will not know anything technically speaking because it's a brand new product. But what you need to do, you need to start making journey. So there's a special concept which is called, I want to make sure you understand the word cone of uncertainty. Cone of uncertainty. So let me explain here in a picture form so it will understand. So when you start any project, this is your timeline. Let's assume this is the timeline. So when you start the project, your uncertainty will be pretty high. So the way it works is it's kind of like this. It's a cone where everything is unknown. So when you start the project, early stage of the project, uncertainty will be pretty high. Do you guys agree? As you go further in your project, uncertainty will slowly and steady will decrease. Do you guys agree? But you have to give some time. Most people, what happens? They give up in a first week or first month. Oh my God, this is pretty hard. I can't do it. I don't know anything. You fail fast. It means you didn't even give natural time. Trust me, product normally have a life. Product normally will have a life, and this life may be 2 years or 20 years. So how can you learn all those things in 1 day or 2 weeks? You're not going to learn. Matter of fact, it takes time. Of course, you're going to discover it. So what you're going to do is, this is called cone. Cone of uncertainty means when you start, everything is unknown. But as you make a progress, you have to put right effort. So information you will slowly and steadily, you will learn it. The time it's not like you're sitting ideal, you're going to learn. You have to put effort. And putting effort requires some kind of skill, which is called techniques. Guaranteed question in your interview. What techniques would you use? So what do you guys think? You have no idea. Let's say I'm working for a company called XYZ. They are coming with a new product. And you have no idea about the product requirements. You don't know who is going to use, why they're going to use. What are you going to do?
You're going to ask the customer for specific.
Whom you're going to ask? Because you do not know who is the customer.
Maybe your boss.
Boss did hire you because he doesn't know.
So maybe like you're going to research about it.
Yes, sir.
I think when this new product is being requested, I will look at the user stories. The stories.
No. But how can you story? They don't know anything about it.
You could do surveys.
How? Yeah, survey is one. But how would you do survey? Whom are you going to send survey?
Project manager.
But if project manager knows about it, why would I ask survey? I can meet, right? Yes or no?
Surveys to potential customers, like people.
But how do you know these are potential customers? Sorry?
But oh wait, so what you are saying is that I'm getting handed a project that I don't know anything about. Like, do I know what does the product do?
Technically speaking, your role is to find out. That's the example. If I say I want to come up with a new course,
Okay.
tell me which course I should start.
Oh, okay. So you mean by that? So if
That's a product, do you agree or not?
that is a product.
Okay.
So then I'm gonna research like what courses are greatly needed. Like what's the demand for those?
Could you tell me one again? Research.
Research.
Now, do you guys agree?
Yeah.
Why he used the word research? Because anything when you do not know, you need to do research. Very good word. But then what kind of research I need to do?
Well,
There are
by your
multiple
example,
type of research you will do. The first research you need to do, he's saying you want to come up with a course. So you have to start thinking. Remember, you can do it. You have to think about course. So first of all, what he's offering right now. You need to know what you need to know what you are offering. Yes or no? Why? Because if I know what you are offering, let's example, I'm offering 5 courses. Can I use that course? No, because I'm already offering. So if I'm offering 5 courses, so definitely I don't need to come up with that one of that course because that's what I'm offering. Then I need to go to market. I need to know what is the market demand. Yes or no? So if I know market demand, so now I found 50 plus courses that there is a market demand. So example, maybe data analytics, example, cloud, example, machine learning, example, like a Hadoop. I can pick any number. So let's say I found 50. Then you need to slowly come about what customers are buying. So there are demands are there, what customers are buying. So market has a lot of courses, good courses, but what customers are buying. So now you find like, hey, data analytics is better. Power BI is very important. That's one you found. Maybe machine learning is important. So maybe you found second. So you shortlist it. From 50, you maybe shortlist 5. Now you're going to compare. All the 5 you're going to compare. So first you do market research. From market research, you found there are 50 courses. Then from 50 courses, you're going to say what customers are interested in. Then you do customer research. Now, when you do customer research, you now found, okay, customers are interested in this kind of thing. So now this is called market offer 50 new courses, but customers are interested in 5 courses. Make sense or not? Now you're going to say all those 5 which customers are interested in, compare them. So when you compare them, you do product comparison. So that is also another research you're going to do. So like example, if I do just an example, Power BI. So now one is a Power BI and one is a machine learning, just an example. I want to compare. So how do I compare? What characteristics I can compare? I have 2 courses. Those are 2 products, right? Power BI and machine learning. How am I going to compare?
you're gonna compare like what are customers willing to pay for?
Pay, which is cost.
Yeah.
So if I offer Power BI, how much customer will pay for me? And for machine learning, that's cost. The cost is the comparison. What other should I compare?
The length of the course, how much,
Well,
what
very
job they
good.
will.
See, guys, you have to use imagination. Remember, cone of uncertainty everyone will have. I will also have, even though I've been in industry for 30 years. If I join a new product or new team, I will have the same problem. But I will use my imagination. If you are not using your imagination, then somebody say that, right? If you sit tight, nothing will happen, right? So first you have cost. Now second is the duration, how long it will take, right? So example, course has a duration. People are ready to take 3-month course or 3 years course. What other factors? What other factors?
Interesting.
And they are interested. They are interested, that's for sure.
Oh, so
Right.
we got the pay and we get the length.
Mhm.
Another one is the logistics.
Complexity.
Complex.
Complexity, which one customer can easily learn, right? Like example, prerequisite. So if I do machine learning, I may need a math, statistics, maybe algorithm, maybe programming, but in Power BI, I don't need anything. So it's easy. So first is one is easy, one is hard. So I can compare complexity. What else I can do?
Return on investment.
ROI, return on investment. So if one person is buying Power BI, let's say pay $1,000, what kind of job they can attract? Maybe 70,000. If somebody does machine learning, maybe they invest 5,000. How much maybe 100,000, maybe 100,000, maybe 150,000. So now you talk about ROI, right? And then success. Like if 10%, 10 students take class Power BI, how many they got job? If 10 students take machine learning, how many they got job? So you're getting my theory, right? And I'm not asking you to do in 1 hour. I'm not asking you to do this kind of research in 1 hour. You can happy to take a week or 2 weeks. Sometimes company does months. Why? Because if you are doing wrong research, you will do wrong decision. Do you agree or not? So we talk about market research, we talk about product research, we talk about customer research, right? And we continuously do this kind of research, and then we come up with, okay, now I'm understanding what we should focus. So you go back to your company and saying, guys, you're asking me, I think we should do Power BI because first it's easy to offer, the duration is simple, and there is a demand, and I think we can do it.
And more people can afford it.
Yes. Question?
Sir, what role in Scrum does this research?
Product owner. Product owner / BA. Even Scrum Master is also involved. Product owner. Product owner does this research. If product owner is not hired, then business will do this research. So far, so good. Now, one more thing I want to make sure you understand. There are interview questions. Relax, okay? I will answer all of your questions. I'm not ignoring you, but I want to make sure, otherwise I'll forget it. I'm a human, right? My mind will immediately lose that. So there may be a question in interview, product manager versus product owner. So there will be a question, product manager versus product owner, only for interview, no in certification. So you will not see this. I will try to just interview it easy. So product manager, please let me draw it so you'll understand. Product manager versus product owner. Let me just draw it. So this is like this is like a company, and these are customers. These are customers. There are different customers. Okay, and in company these are teams. Okay, these are teams. So when I say product manager, please pay attention. Okay, it will help you. Product manager is normally external view, external. So he will be focusing externally. So he will see these kind of thing, what my customers, competitors, or market are looking for. Customers, competitor, market or supplier, vendor. He look for external. When he look for external, it's called product manager. Product manager is a guy who has market understanding, who has demonstration skill, because he's going to talk to vendor, supplier. He might be able to acquire a company. He will do partnership with someone, but he will be external. He will focus on external. But he has a lot of traveling to do. He has to attend many trade shows. He has to do various company analysis, product analysis. He's a product manager. But he doesn't have time internal. So when he doesn't have time internal, product manager normally hire product owner and say, guys, whatever I bring it to you, you make sure you talk to this team. Talk to the team. So product owner normally has a team. Again, they are not reporting to. Please make sure you remember. Product owner has a team. The team members might be working, but they are working independent. They are not reporting to product owner. Product owner has internal view. Product manager has external view. Now, you may say, but what is external view? So example, let's say my customers are in Australia. Who's going to travel to Australia? Product manager. Let's say tomorrow I have a trade show in California. Who's going to be part of the trade show? Product manager. Let's say I have to do demo to big clients. Who's going to go there? Product manager. Do you guys understand? So now, if product related maximum input, who is going to give you? Product manager, because he's getting external view. Now, if some customer buy it, listen carefully. If customer buy the product, that customer will know product manager because product manager must have interacted with them. So if product related complaint, who's going to get?
Manager.
Product manager, because he's the front facing outside. So if I have 100 customers, existing customers, if they have a problem, they're going to talk to product manager. If I have a potential customer, they're going to buy the product. They need a demo. Who's going to talk? Product manager. So product manager is a pretty critical role. He normally makes 10 times more salary than product owner. Normally make 10 times more salary than product owner. You know why? Because he makes millions of dollar profit. Millions. Why? Because these products which we are talking about, average products are either 1 million to hundreds of millions. So if they sell 10 or 20 products in a year, they bring company 200, 500 million dollar revenue. So think about that person criticality. Do you guys agree or not? If that person move from one company to another company will be big loss. So company normally give enough money and empower so they can do that. So now the question is, who gonna get funding for the product? Who is gonna get funding for the product?
The investors.
Funding means money, revenue, investment. Who's gonna get that funding? Product manager. So product manager normally reports to C executive. So that's called CPO, Chief Product Owner. Sorry, my mistake. Chief Product Manager. They report to them and say, hey guys, I need this much money for the product, and that product related money help product manager to hire the teams. So teams only hire when product manager can convince business that we have enough opportunity to earn more money. So product managers do financial related, budgeting related discussion. This will not be part of your exam. But in case, in interview, if you are asked, what is product manager? Product manager has external. So far I explained, funding and all product manager does. He doesn't participate in, day out kind of activity. That is a product owner responsibility. Make sense? Now the question is, if product manager is involved like that, then product manager is the responsible along with product owner to come up with the product vision. So in your exam perspective, they only talk about product owner. So product owner and product manager to collectively come up with the product vision. Product vision. Now you say, what is this vision, right? So let's talk about that aspect for a second. The way it works is, I'm going to draw it so you can understand. Anything you are here, that's a company is here. So from here to here, where you want to be. So if I want to know from here to here, so my vision is I want to be here, right? So product vision is I want to be market leader. I want to be market leader in so and so company. So example, Tesla. So Tesla's vision is I want to introduce, I want to introduce an electric car, right, in US market. So that market capturation means capture electric car should do. They want to have the #1 most popular electric car in US market. So they thought about market first, where they're going to launch. So US market, what kind of car they're going to launch? Electric car. And how they're going to launch in next 5 years. We want to be market leader. Next 5 years, we want to be market leader in electric car in US market. Are we now clearly understand? In next 5 years, so they give you a timeline. Where in US market? What in a car business, not in a book business? Do you agree? Then in car also, not a gas car, electric car. So product vision is a very important thing. Does it give you plan or it gives you big picture?
Big picture.
Make sense? So if somebody asks in interview or in exam, product vision is a detailed plan or elevator speech?
Elevator speech.
Elevator speech. Now, this will be a question in your exam. What is elevator speech? Elevator speech means 2 minutes. If you are in elevator and if you're going up in elevator, hardly it will take 2 minutes from ground floor to the top floor, right? So if someone is standing next to you and if somebody asks, what is your product vision? Then you should be able to speak in a less than 2 minutes. Okay, hey, our vision to produce the most popular or most functional electric car in US market by 2025. Very simple. You should be able to complete in less than 2 minutes. So product vision has to be short and sweet. Are we clear? What is Nike vision?
To be the dominant shoe maker.
Yeah. Why don't you guys search and tell me? What is three company? Find a vision for Google. Come on, fast. Find a vision for Walmart and find a vision for Nike. Search in Google, find and let me know.
I have a question.
First, 1 second. Find first vision. First, find a vision. Product vision. Find vision for Google, Walmart, and Nike. I'll answer all questions, but find it. So you found it?
Yeah, for
Speak
Google.
up. Google.
For Google, it's to process, to provide access to the world's information in one click.
Provide access, right? World information in one click, right? So they are clearly saying that we will be in a search engine. Do you agree or not? World information means they will have large data. Do you agree? And single click, right? It means easy access.
For Nike, it says we champion continued progress for athletes and sports.
Do you agree? Less than 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Do you agree or not? Right? Anyone else? Walmart? What is the Walmart vision?
To be the low cost.
No, search it.
I have it.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's helping people around the world save money and live better anytime and anywhere.
Very simple. Now ask yourself question, if this vision, if I read, I get inspired. Do you agree or not? Every employee should be inspired because of the vision. Now, could you search Wendy's vision? The fast food restaurant Wendy's.
It's to be quality leader in everything we do.
That's all?
Yeah, it says.
Are you sure that's the vision?
To deliver superior quality and product services for our customers and communities through leadership, innovation, partnership.
Do you agree now? You're reading it?
Yeah.
Do you see that? Do you think you kind of be lost? Does there anywhere they're talking about or telling their fast food restaurant, they cut and paste without understanding what they're doing, and no wonder why they're not successful. Make sense or no? Are we understanding? Some companies just cut and paste their vision. They don't understand Wendy's vision. You have to memorize it. But Google, Walmart, Apple, Nike, you can, as soon as you read, you understand it. Nike, they make simple, easy. What I'm trying to say, if company does not have a good vision, they will not have a good product. So most of the company first come up with a company vision, and that becomes a product vision. If company has only one product, then company vision and product vision will be same. If company has a multiple product, then company vision will be inspiring and product vision will be supporting that. Make sense? So far, so good. If company is small, then product vision and company vision will be same. If company is big, then product visions will be supporting that. Yes, Nima, your question?
So my question is, we know for like Agile team, we have the product owner, we have the developers and the Scrum Master. And you said the product owner, they focus on internal view. So my question is, we know that the Agile team, they get feedback from the customer. So who talks to the customer in this aspect, the product owner or the product manager?
Product manager. In a real life, product manager. For exam, product owner. Because I have to cover both. I'm not just preparing you for certification. In a real life, there is a person called product manager. He is the one who is getting the detail. Product owner in easy language, and you may not like this word, it's called assistant. Because product manager is so busy. So he has more assistants. So product owner remains assistant. So the one thing is one Prince, be with me. Okay. So product manager is the one who get the real work, and product owner is execute the work. So product owner doesn't have time. He want to make sure it happens. So product owner follows Scrum, and the Scrum through he does execution. But product owner should go outside, but he doesn't have time because he has to do execution. So they divide and conquer: external view, internal view. So in a real life, there is a title called product manager. In your certification, there is no title called product manager. However, wherever they use word product manager, they are thinking about product owner only in certification. Okay, but in a real life, these are two different people. So just want to make sure you cannot apply as a product manager without playing role as a product owner. Most of the time, you have to play product owner role for a while and then gain experience, then you can go as a product manager. If you try to go to product manager, they will not entertain because you need to have success story, right? Good. Any other questions? Okay, coming back. Are we understanding? Product vision is, right? So product vision is elevator switch, is inspiring. Now what happened? Most business community with product management, with C community. So business, product community, and C executive, they all sit down together and then say, okay, we want to be in number one product company for electric car. So what should we do here? 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 Like that. So we kind of break it down in some kind of milestone, which we call either quarter, months, or year. This is three things: business executive, product management, and C executive. They all sit down together and they think about, okay, where we want to be, in 6 months, where we want to be in 12 months, where we want to be in 12, 15, 15, 20. They kind of think about runway. Because this timeline, let's assume 2 years, just an example. Then where we want to be in 6 months, where we want to be in 12 months, where we want to be in 18 months, and where we want to be 24 months. And these type of thing, again, is a very high level, we call big brush. Speak with me.
Big brush.
Big brush. Big brush means no spelling, no typing, just one word, two word, one word, two word. So example, let's say I want to be a lawyer, just an example. Then I can say, okay, so next 4 years, I will have a education. Then 2 years, I'll do practice. And then after 2 years, I'll start my practice. Pretty simple.
Actually, it's 4 years of college, 3 years of law school, and
So
the bar exam.
So that's 3 or 4 things, right? So this way you can high level. Make sense or not? You don't have to go in detail. Do you guys agree? Because it's a big brush. If big brush is, it's kind of, if somebody read that and say, okay, it makes sense. So example, if I say that I want to be a successful lawyer in 6 months. Yes or no? Possible? No. So this is called litmus test. Speak with me. Come on, energy.
Litmus test.
You guys are 6, 7. I'm only 1. My voice is more higher than litmus test. Huh? Come on. You can do better than that, right? So there are 4, 5 words people use. One is called litmus test. Second is called viability. Product viability. Is it viable product? Can I do in 3 months? Answer is not. So that time frame is not going to work. So what about 6 months? No. What about 18 months? No. So then reasonable time frame is 3 to 4 years. Then you define that timeline. So whenever you come up with a high level, big brush kind of timeline, we need to check litmus test or viability or feasibility study. Is it doable? Is anyone has done that? Can we consider this is a possibility or no? If not, then we will revise that. And when you revise that, these concepts will become a roadmap. Product, roadmap. Product, roadmap. Make sense or not? Trust me, product owner is part of this. When I say business, product owner is part of that. So in the exam, there will be a question: who defined vision? Product owner. Who defined roadmap? Product owner. So what is roadmap? It's kind of step-by-step execution. Again, it is not a detailed plan. It is not like hundreds of page document. It is hardly few lines or sticky notes. Make sense? We're going to do this exercise, so we'll understand that. Make sense? Now, this happens very early stage. So company have a strategic plan. Strategic plan means long-term investment, long-term approach they will define. So most of the company, big company, they will define strategic plan for 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. So like example, in case if you do not know, during COVID, right? During COVID, I think couple of company came up with the space shuttle, right? I heard first, SpaceX, right?
Yes.
Then I think Blue Ocean, I think for Amazon and Virgin Atlantic, they came up with them. So I think 3 or 4 companies came up with a space shuttle, right? But if you see them, if you go back, that plan was for 5 years. Amazon was working for 5 years and then they launch it. Make sense? So that's called strategic plan. They normally work, and suddenly they launch the product. Make sense? Normally they don't disclose. You will not find such kind of detail on internet, because if this is available, competitor will get it and they will do better than them or faster than them. Make sense or not? So strategic plan means it's a very secure. You kind of hide that. You don't share with public. So such kind of details, it's confidential, not available. So you may not find example. So we need to come up with our own example while we are learning it. Make sense? Product vision, product roadmap, any question?
There's like thousands of people working on that huge project, like coming up
No,
with a space shuttle. Then how do they keep it that
So
secret?
I'll answer that. So Apple, you have to watch movie called Steve Jobs. You have to watch Steve Jobs. So what Apple does, I'm just telling you because I have access to the companies because some of my friends work there. So I work also in a company where you do this thing. But what you normally do, Apple, they ask you to sign NDA, so non-disclosure agreement. You have to write and watch the movie. You will understand. So Steve Jobs literally sit in a parking, and if you are working for the project, and if you go to library and if you're talking, you're fired. I'm not kidding. That's literally he did. In a real life, he did. If you are talking to someone, like if you're eating somewhere food and you're talking, you're fired. Literally, you cannot talk to your wife also. He randomly talked to the employee's wife or spouse, whatever you call, and he fired. He was crazy in language. That's why I call brutal leader. But most companies ask you to type NDA, and then they will make sure that you follow the code of conduct. Because these are things, if it is leaked, trust me, billions of dollar loss. Because you're talking about 5 years investment in a water. Make sense? So most company does NDA. They don't even tell you the project name. They will say project X, project Y, project red, project yellow, like that. You will not even know because they make you piece in the puzzle. You will never know puzzle. Apple also closed the window. The window, just like glass window, they literally tied it so you cannot even see outside. Outside cannot see inside. Most company does this way. So this is called secret missions. And I'm not expecting you will do this type of project, but in case some of you might be lucky where you work in a big company where the product are billions of dollars, I can give you a guarantee you will be doing exactly the same thing, right? Some company doesn't do that because their product is not that huge or not, they don't have that much fear of competitions, right? But Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, they do have. So that's why they do SpaceX, SpaceY. Many of my friends, even though they're close friends, they don't talk at all. No work. And we have a rule also. We don't talk about our work. Why? Because there's work ethic. Yes, sir.
Is it called lifetime contract?
No, until the product is launched. So they have timeline also. So you are not going to disclose this thing and so time. So there's a timeline. After product launch, you can speak. No problem. So you are not allowed to author anything. No, you are not allowed to talk to any reporters on them. Yes, sir.
Sometimes they give it, even if you depart from the company.
Yeah.
They may give you a time.
6 months. Yeah.
Then it's 3 years.
Yep.
You are not supposed to work for a competitor company or disclose that information.
Correct. So that, those agreement you have to sign. So again, I think I answered the question. So far, so good. So vision and roadmap, who come up with? Product owner. This time, development team is not there. QA is not there. BA is not there. No one is there. So now, the big brush has to be broken down into small brush. Yes or no? And when you've broken down the small brush here, and each item you've broken down into small brush like that, detail. That time, product owner will come in picture. Now, product owner will start from here. So if this big item, you break it down, and if you combine this thing, then this concept is called product backlog. Product backlog. So product backlog only comes when the management has approved high-level plan. So now listen carefully. Product backlog, who creates actually everyone has created, right? C executive, business, anybody can add. Like example, if development team is here, they can also add item, right? Customers can add item too, right? Customers can say, I want this, right? They can add. Why? Because as long as that belongs to this big ticket item, you're fine. So addition, listen carefully the word I use. Anybody can add or contribute. Anybody can add or contribute to product backlog. Anybody can add or contribute to product backlog, but who will manage it? That's the product owner. Now you say, I'm confused. Add, contribute, anybody, but manage is product owner. Let me explain. So you can add, let's say, I need this, I need this, I need this, I need this, I need this. Everyone can add that. But then product owner will say, you know what, we are only going to do this item. We are going to do this item and we are going to do this item. That is the product owner responsibility. Even the item in a product backlog doesn't mean we'll do it. So who defines the priority of the item? Product owner. Who define what to work, when to work? Product owner. So from here onwards, product owner take care the product details. Development team cannot make any decision. Customer cannot make decision. Product owner will talk to customer, understand the logistics, and then make prioritization. But customer will not come into making a decision. Product owner will make decision behalf of customer.
What if let's say the C-suite executives don't like the product owner's plan? Like they have different business, like they want to different priorities.
So what do you think? Why C executive won't like product owner plan?
Maybe because it's cheaper, I suppose.
See, think about that. It's a translation, right? C executive did a vision. So vision was done, yes or no?
Yeah.
And the high level brush is done by the C executive. Product owner is just make it happen. He's not changing the plan. If you say here A, product owner is saying what should we do from A? He's not working on B and C. So product owner actually following the guideline which is designed by the C executive. He's not changing it. If product owner wants that change, he has to go back to this committee and try to influence them. But product owner normally don't go there, right? Because senior executive have done like that brainstorming. Make sense or no? Right? And if you remember last week I mentioned Agile fails with 3 reasons. What are the 3 reasons? Agile Scrum fails by 3 reasons.
Lack of support from the management.
Top management. If C executive doesn't know Agile, right? Then they will say, hey, I don't like your plan.
Yeah.
Because C executive know the product owner is following my plan, right? So if management does not understand Agile, then fail. So when you say C executive doesn't like product owner plan, it means C executive doesn't know Agile, right? Second reason Agile fail is team does not know. And third, customer doesn't know Agile, right? So product owner should have that empowerment to execute, and no one should stop. Why? Because that's the role in Agile. Make sense? So far, so good. Now, product owner is going to make the priority of this item. So when you break this priority of this item, we can do further divisions. And when we do further divisions, please understand that further divisions become a sprint. Speak with me. Sprint. We're going to do this exercise. I'm just drawing the picture so your mind gets some concept. So product owner take like a 6 month and break it down into smaller pieces, which is called sprint. You will be asked around 8 to 9 questions in the exam about sprint. Okay. So what is sprint? So think about the weeks. So just like a week, how many days we have in a week? Total 7. And how many working days we have?
5.
Those are fixed. Those are fixed. Yes or no? Doesn't matter which side of the world you go, these are fixed. So normally company, they don't use word week, but they call sprint. In Agile, there is a word called sprint. Sprint means first definition is fixed time block. Sprint means fixed time block. That will be a question in the exam. Fixed time block. Now some company use 2-week sprint. Some company use 3-week sprint. Some company use 4-week sprint. Most company use 2-week sprint. Most company. So is in the question, sprint length is common across the company? Sprint length is common across the company, or it varies company to company? It varies company to company. Sprint length varies in the team. Like example, you have 5 teams in one company. Listen carefully. If you have 5 teams in one company, will the sprint length vary in company itself?
No.
Possibility is yes.
Oh.
If you are a production support, you normally have a shorter sprint because as soon as the issue comes, you want to resolve it. But development team normally follows similar. But they all are parts. So development team, DevOps team, production support team, they all are following Agile. Ideally, they should follow the similar length, but it is not mandatory that they all should have the same length. Coming back, what is sprint? Fixed time block. If somebody asks in an interview, what is your sprint length? You already took 10 seconds. 2 weeks, because majority company use 2 weeks. Do not say 2 weeks to 3 weeks. If you do that, you fail in interview. You have to know your sprint length because you do every day. It shouldn't take 10 seconds, right? 2 weeks, right? If I say what is today's date, you know Wednesday. You shouldn't be thinking like that. It means look like kind of weird, right? Unless you travel from different part of the world, because you might have Tuesday there. Here it's Wednesday. It is possible, but normally it should be instant. Now, most company use 2 weeks, and I can tell you wherever you're gonna work will be 2 weeks. Why? Because 2 weeks is working very well. Question: who defined the sprint length? Good news, here development team come in picture. So product owner decide 3 things. Listen carefully. So product owner decide 3 things. First, product owner define vision. Clear? Product owner also define roadmap. And product owner also define the priority of the work, which we call story. Priority of the work, which we call story. And priority and acceptance, product owner does. So product vision, product roadmap, and product story, prioritization and acceptance, product owner does. These are 3 things product owner does. But when it comes for sprint length, you are needed complete Scrum team. Listen carefully, Scrum team. Scrum team means product owner, Scrum master, and development team together. They decide the sprint length. So whenever certain decisions require all 3, we call Scrum team. If it require only development team, then we call dev team. The reason why we do that, because Scrum team will help to make common decision, product owner, development team, and all. So Scrum team make that decision, how long sprint length will be. So first question: Can development team change the Scrum length after they started? So like example, they started like first sprint, second sprint, third sprint. Can they change on 4th sprint the length? Can they change?
Yes.
Answer is yes. If they think that 2-week sprint is not working, we should do 3-week sprint. Then they will bring all 3 groups, product owner, Scrum master, development team, and collectively they will make decisions, not independently. Make sense? Collectively. Are we clear?
I have a question.
Sure.
Okay, so if in the exam they ask us that how long should a sprint last, and there's an option for 2 weeks and there's an option for 4 weeks, which one should we choose?
So first of all, you have to see the context. If you don't just straightforward go through that type of thing. If you are in Agile, you have to deliver value. Remember principle, the faster the value you deliver is better. So if I have a choice, 1 week, 2 week, 3 week, and 4 week, I would select 1 week because I can deliver faster. But if I have only choice 2 weeks and 4 weeks, I'll always select 2 weeks. Sooner is better than later. Ideally, you can select 1 week or 4 week, but your preference should be shorter is better. Shorter is better. Make sense? Why? Because why would you wait customer? Because if you take 4 week sprint, customer has to wait for 4 weeks to get value. If you do 1 week, customer gets value faster. But if 1 week is not doable, I'll take for 2 weeks. But my recommendation is not go for 4 weeks, unless there is a reason to have 4 weeks. Make sense? Coming back to the previous question. If team changed, listen carefully. If team decided now, hey, instead of 2 weeks, we're going to do 3 weeks. Instead of 2 weeks, we're going to do 3 weeks. Can the next sprint make it again 2 weeks? Answer is no. So what you do, Agile is all learning and performing. So if you did 3 weeks and you realize that 2 weeks is not working, so you made a change, but you learn from 3 weeks, yes or no? So you made a change, 3 week sprint. Then you have to remain for a couple of weeks, couple of sprint to learn. You cannot like left, right, left, right, left, right. You cannot do that. So you need to wait for at least a few sprint to see it's working or not, and then make a change. Don't immediately do left and right. That's why I call learning and performing. You need to give a time that you are making informed decision or emotional decision. Make sense? So you cannot continuously do left, right. You have to decide, and that's why team needs some learning curve. And we normally give 3 to 4 sprint for learning curve. Yes, sir.
So in short, the team or the Scrum team can only change the length of the time during the first sprint, but not on the subsequent sprint.
After subsequent sprint, they need at least few sprint to see it's working or not, and then they can change it. Right? You can change, but you need to have a reason for change. You cannot continuously change. One sprint is 3 weeks, one sprint is 2 weeks, one is 1 week. You cannot do that because consistency is important. Make sense? So far, so good. Any questions so far?
I need you to throw more light about when we are developing PO plus a product manager and when they came up with the big brush.
That's a strategy.
Yeah,
C executive, product manager, and business.
Okay.
They are the one coming. At that time, product owner is part of the business.
So the product owner is there.
Yeah, it's there. It's a part of a business team. He is not a decision maker, but he is there because he has to understand overall game plan. So he's going to execute it. That time, who makes the decision? Product manager makes decision. But in your exam, in your certification, they don't use word product manager. I'm just telling you both words because I don't want to bookish, right? Because if you are bookish, you will be wrong in the real life. In a real life, product manager is there. So let me repeat again, just to make sure everyone get this thing. Visions are normally done by high-level management group, but that's they call product manager. But product managers, in an exam perspective, we call product owner. That's the first decision, product vision. The second is big brush. That big brush is nothing but high level. We call release plan. Release one. Release one means we'll deliver one release to customer. Then we release to the customer. Then we release to customer, release 3. Then we release 4. So basically they will say when I will release product, like example iPhone 1, iPhone 2, iPhone 3. So they will have a high level game plan. During that game plan, they will ask, what am I going to add in that release? So that is a big brush. The big brush part is here. They will put just like a few words, not even a paragraph, just few words just here and there. And these item, normally they call epic. Speak with me. Epic. Epic in America, we call epic means big. Epic means big. So it's a big brush, big, but it's a capability, big functionality. And that epic, you break it down. Who break it down? Product owner. And when they break it down, so now let me draw different pictures so you will understand. Let me draw different picture. So when we draw different picture, you will have much more clarity. So if I think about, If I think about vision, it's like this, right? And if I think about release, is like this. This is the release, right? In order for me to accomplish vision, I need a release. And when I think about sprint, I'm talking about this thing. This is my sprint. Make sense or no? So sprint are part of release. So now let's understand the concept. In order for me to accomplish everything, this is the vision, right? In order for me to accomplish these things, this is the release. This is one release. This is the second release. This is the third release. Make sense or not? In that release, I have a now sprint. So I have a sprint. Normally, company use release nowadays 3-month release. Company use 3-month release. So if I have a year, how many release I can have?
4.
Very easy question, right?
Yes, 4.
So normally nowadays companies are doing 3-month release. Some companies are doing 6 months. Which one is better?
3 months.
Because sooner is better because you can deliver to the customer. Now, who decide the release? That is also decided by product owner. Because product owner knows which customer is waiting for. Which customer is waiting for. If he knows enough customers are there, he will decide the release. But when he decides, he will be communicating a lot earlier. Listen carefully, lot earlier. So like example, in January itself, he will say what they're going to release in March, what they're going to release in June, what they're going to release in September, what they're going to release in December. They're going to do already communication in January, big brush communication. Why? Why he needs to communicate in January? So he excites the group. Hey, a lot of things we need to do. Second thing, he excites marketing group, because marketing group needs to come up with advertisement. You need to do promotions, some kind of content like media advertisement. So those advertisement marketing will start happening. Some people will think about supply chain, shipping. So there are other groups has to work. So he give enough information. So marketing, advertisement, supply, sales, all they start working about. So they will be drumming so they can sell more. Make sense or no? So that's the reason they have to advertisement all those release aspects. Question?
So normally,
Yes, sir. Oh, okay, sorry.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I wanted to ask a question. So,
Ask question. Remember,
if we have,
straight ask question.
like,
You don't have to say I have to ask question. Just straight question. Go ahead.
sorry, if we have multiple Scrum teams and we have a lot of product backlog, right? So do we choose different backlog to different Scrum teams?
Okay.
So that we can get the all release faster, or what do we do?
Okay, perfect. So let me just explain your question so everyone understand, because the questions is very valid questions. So please understand, if I take all those items from each big brush, right? Then I put all the item here. Do you guys agree or not? So I'm gonna put all the item here like that. So when I put all the items, what will happen? This will be a laundry list. Do you agree or not? And this laundry list will be maybe hundreds of items. This laundry list we call product backlog. What we call product backlog. Now, question is, if the product backlog is huge, I may need a multiple teams. So I may have, let's say, team 1 here, development team 1, and I may have development team 2. Just like example, I have 2 teams. Now, question is, how do we work? So there are a few things I want you to understand. Scrum suggests that, listen carefully. This is very simple thing. If you understand, you don't have to read hundreds of times. In 2 minutes, you will understand. Scrum suggests that if it is a one product, listen carefully. If it is a one product, then you need only one backlog. If it is one product, then how many product backlog you can have? One. Even though you have multiple teams, they all will get work from that product backlog. So if I have one product, how many product backlog?
One.
If I have 50 teams, how many product backlog?
50.
One. How many product owner? One. So one product vision, one product owner, one product backlog. You cannot have multiple product backlog. Second, you can have 10 teams or you can have 100 teams, right? Product backlog is one. Product owner still one. Now, this team works in a sprint. Do you agree or not? They work on a sprint. Please understand. They work on a sprint, which we talk about. Sprint means fixed time duration, right? So what happens is, during that sprint time, product owner may select some of the item and give them, hey, you need to work on this, you need to work. So that time they create sprint backlog. So each team may have their own sprint backlog. Listen carefully. Each team can have their own sprint backlog. Sprint backlog means what this team is going to do. So sprint backlog is team specific. Sprint backlog is a team specific. Sprint backlog is team specific. So if I have 50 teams, how many sprint backlog? 50. Who define the backlog? Product owner and development team. But product owner will only take from product backlog. All the team who is working in any team works in Agile Scrum, any team works, they only work item which is written in a product backlog. Product owner is the single point of person who will make the decision. You work on this item, you work on this item. So work divisions will be done by product owner only. product owner will decide sprint backlog working with the development team. So one development team will have 5 items in sprint backlog. Other team may have 10 items. Other team may have 1 item. Other team may have 3 items. So sprint backlog will vary, but sprint backlog comes from product backlog only. Sprint backlog comes from product backlog. So can I say that every item in a sprint backlog comes from product backlog? Yes or no? Yes. Can I work without product? Can I work an item which is not in a product backlog? No. That's a rule. If you are working, it has to come from product backlog and it has to come through product owner. Development team cannot just grab it. They cannot grab because everything has to go through product owner. Question?
I have 2 questions.
I have 2 answers. Go straight.
One, the vision will contain the product backlog, which may come.
No, don't confuse, please. It's not like that. Vision doesn't contain. Vision doesn't contain. In order to accomplish vision, I need to do some work. So work is different and vision is different. So I want to be lawyer. Lawyer doesn't contain work. Yes or no? Please understand. If I want to go to Chicago, that's the vision. But how I go to Chicago, that requires release.
Okay, fine. I've got the point. So in the vision, you have the release.
Again, I will not use this word. Please understand. Vision is just a destination. Has nothing. There's nothing included. I want to go there. In order to go there, I need a multiple release. In order to go there, I need a multiple release. But you cannot say release including vision. That doesn't fit well, right? Chicago doesn't include my freeway, my car and all. I want to go to Chicago, so I need to drive car. And in order to drive car, I need to take first mile roads, then some freeways, then this exit, and then I go to Chicago. But those things are not included in Chicago. Chicago is my destination. So vision is my destination. Make sense? It doesn't include just my target, which I need to go. But in order to go there, I need a release. So first I'll go here. Then I'll go here. So every time when I'm going, I'm delivering to customer. That's why it's called release. Release means I'm delivering to customer. So customer can start using it. When they use it, they get a competitive advantage. What they get? Competitive advantage because they start using, so they get a benefit and then they will give me feedback. So I now start adding more. And then again, I give them. So I'm making customer winner. That's why release is important. Shorter is better. What would be the normal release? 3 months. So in a year, how many release? 4. Now the question, if I have 5 teams, can they all release at separate time? No, they have to release on the same time. Why? Because we have to integrate everything and deliver to customer. You cannot say one team will do one today, other, then there is no point. Make sure everything is a harmony. Make sense or no? Everything should be in a harmony. Questions so far? People on phone, any question?
Second question one.
I'll give them time. Yes. Go ahead. Any question? No question? Entire group is quiet? Maybe everything they understood. Nice. Go ahead.
My second question. At what point is the Scrum Master coming in?
Okay, perfect. I'm coming to that. Awesome. Any other questions so far? Whatever I have explained.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
So my question is, Agile Scrum fails when management does what?
Management?
Okay, so what are the reasons why Agile Scrum fails?
Okay, there are 3 reasons Agile fail. 1, management does not understand Agile. So management has to go through training. They need to understand the training about how Agile works. Then management need to be Agile mindset. Same thing for development team and same thing for customer. They all need to understand how Agile works. Agile works on iterative and incremental form. Agile is not like all or nothing. Agile called iterative and incremental. You get a piecemeal, then piecemeal, then piecemeal. But every time you get a piecemeal, you make incremental. Development team, management, customer, everyone has to understand Agile mindset, Agile principles, Agile values, and that training they have to go through, which is the last week, right? We talked about last week. If they are not trained, it's not going to work. You will see if you are going in a company, when there is no adequate training, Agile will fail. Yes.
No, I had already asked when.
Yeah, Scrum Master. I'll answer.
So, like you said, that most companies follow 3-month release and
Nowadays.
2-week sprints. So, just usually it is like a 6 sprinting every
Yeah, I'm coming. Yeah. Any other question on phone? Make sure you understand, guys. This is very soft concept. I will be very honest with you. Agile is so easy to understand, but it's very hard to implement. Easy to understand, too hard to implement. You know why? Because it's pretty difficult people mindset. See, you all know what I'm explaining. But if you try to apply, like example, just for a second, just similarity. You have to have your vision. So you can define your vision. When I will have a certificate. Define or not. Or when I will have a job. Yes or no. I can give you guarantee if you write it, then you will have also question, how am I going to get a job? So then you will have a 1 month, I will have a resume. You will have a work associated, right? Yes or no. Same concept you're applying. But the problem is you don't define your own vision. Why? Because you say, oh, I will get a job. How are you going to get a job? Zig Ziglar said, if I cannot see, I cannot hit it. So if you don't have a vision, you cannot account. That's the reason majority people don't get a job, because they don't define vision. Same thing. Majority company don't define product vision, but they work on a product. So how they're going to be successful? Because no one knows where we are going. So everyone is running, but they are not accomplishing anything. So as a senior management, you do need to define your vision. So when you're applying for a job, you do need to see the company website and see what their vision is. If company does not have any vision, I can give you a guarantee that they will die. Because they might be successful for a while, but not long run. You have to have a clear vision. That's why I asked you to search vision for Wendy's and vision for Walmart and Amazon, so or say Google. So these all companies have a vision which are published. So you should have also published vision for yourself to your family and friend. Hey, by June I will have a job, and you work hard. Company really work hard. People work crazy, and then they really make the product successful. Agile is all about momentum. And the momentum is created by vision. Vision is a fuel. It kind of inspires, right? Somebody said that once you have inspiring vision, you cannot sit tight, right? So the vision has to be there. Then alignment. Alignment means from senior management to all the way to the last person in the team. Everyone should be very clear what we are doing, why we are doing, how we are doing, when we are doing, for whom we are doing. Make sense? If alignment is not there, productivity loss will happen. Because I thought we are doing on March. Oh, no, we are put there. Oh my God, let's redo. All those misalignment will create a dynamics problem. Think about that company has 1,000 people. If people have a question, each one person has one question, 1,000 questions. Yes or no? Anytime you have questions, productivity loss. If someone is not addressing those questions, that guy will be confused. He may not be able to 100% involve. Why? Because he has a question. He's confused, and most of companies are confused, and then people don't ask questions, and then they don't ask questions, they assume a lot, and when they assume a lot, they will have more mistakes. The product risk increase and company fail. Yes, sir.
Does that mean when we have this product backlog, is that everything that is needed to finish the whole product, or the product owner may be bringing in more?
They keep adding product backlog. This product backlog is continuously being added. So customers can add, this is a living document. Anybody can add anytime. Anybody can add, never end. Product backlog never dies. Product backlog dies only the day product dies. So product backlog dies only when the product dies. So if product owner is healthy, product owner continuously going to work on that. Why? Because iPhone 1, iPhone 2, iPhone 3, it continues till iPhone live. Product backlog will lie, right? The day the company say now we are no longer going to invest on iPhone, then product backlog dies. Question on phone?
Yes. Do they, like, once they achieve the vision, do they revise and edit or improve their vision, these big companies?
Yes, very good question. So question is, do they change the vision? Ideally, you may want to align the vision if company changing the direction. So example, IBM was #1 company. Everyone knows IBM?
Yeah.
What is IBM stands for? International Business Machine, right? International Business Machine. Again, speak with me. International Business Machine. Right now, they are not even anywhere machine. Right now, IBM is not even machine at all. When they started with mainframe. And then they started with the credit card swiper. They started with a lot of calculations machines, which we call mainframe. But then they realized in 2000, hardware business is not their cup of tea. So they completely changed their vision. So we will be in a software and consulting business. So they change, but they can change every day? No. Every month? No. Every year? No. After 5 years, 10 years, they change it. Google also changed. Google used to be Google, but now they're Alphabet. Amazon changed their vision, I think 16 to 17 times, because they came up with 16 to 17 companies. If you read about Amazon, they started with a crazy name. What do you call first company name was like Kids Play, right? Kids sometimes use like special name, Bakram, Pangambo, like that type of name they give company name. Then they realize no one can remember that. Then they come up after a lot more revision. They come up with the Amazon. So company can change their vision, but not completely. They have to change a little bit. If you change completely, to left to right shift happen. It is a big shift. Some company can do it, not all company can do. See, Apple, when they started, they were a computer company. Today, they are an entertainment company. So they have to change the vision. So right now, they deliver product, which is most internet and entertainment kind of company. So vision can be changed. Yes, it can be changed. Question on phone?
Yeah, just vision, like, if you look at automotive, within 4 to 5 years.
So here we are not able to show you. Yeah, go ahead.
So that's why, you always have to change the design and play like time frame between 4 and 5 years. So example, I was giving like an electrical cars or new car to change the front end, back end, so it's get more attractive. And then it's gain us more sales.
Yeah. So you don't have to change. Coca-Cola vision has not changed in like 100 years. So you don't have to change. But can I change? Answer is yes. Right? You don't have to change. So just to give idea, just perspective. So let me just give you perspective. And again, I'm explaining here is not just to get you certified, but making sure you understand how this works. Because without this, you have access the Infotech guide. Let me just do this way, so it's easy. So if you go to Infotech guide, make sure you all have access to the Infotech guide. If you don't have access, I'll show you how to get access because it will be helpful. Again, you all need access because most of the goodies are in this site, and I'm sure you will like it, the goodies. So you go to infotechguide.net, right? And when you go to infotechguide.net, you have to access your forum. So the way you access forum, go to About Us menu, and from About Us menu, you will see forum. So you can go to About Us, and there is a concept called forum. Make sense? About Us and forum. And click on forum. So you can go to About Us, and then you can go to forum. Right? This is a very powerful thing you need, and that will give you right away access to so many good things. So when you go to forum, you come here and you see you will have a button called sign up, right? Sign in or sign up. You click on that, and if you are not logged in, if you have username and password, username is your email address and password. If you have it, you can use it. If you don't have done, then you have to sign up. So when you sign up, you write your first name, last name, email, phone number, birthday, like that, and it will email me. And once I receive email, I'll approve right away. Once you sign up, then you should be able to access the things which I'm showing you. Because if you are not signed up, if you click on management, it will prompt you login. And when it prompts you login, there is an option called sign up. Make sure you sign up.
He's logged in, but it still shows join now.
Yeah, you need to say yes.
Yeah, but
there should be a public community join. Yeah. Now click on management. When you click on management, when you click on join, sometimes when you join, it will say, do you want to join public community? You will say yes. You need to allow the public community because this is the community. where you are interacting with many people. So if you have requested, I'll receive right away email and I'll approve it right away. So in case if you just requested, I will approve right away. So you should be able to log in. You do need access to this site. And again, it takes a minute or two to access and I'll right away approve it. So far I have not received. It means you all have access to this site. If you have access, awesome. And if you don't have access, you may wanna request it. Now, the most important thing we are going to talk tonight is Agile Scrum Jira project. So this project is divided into 3 weeks. Relax and enjoy. This project is divided into 3 weeks. The first week I'm covering right now. Next week I'm going to cover, and then you will have a Jira. So last week will be Jira. So don't panic. Last week will be Jira, and I will help you there. So don't worry about that part. As I get requests, I will be approving that. So instantly, Navia, you are approved. So you should be able to access it. Now, when I click on this access, you will see a lot of goodies there. This project is very comprehensive. I really worked very hard to get you more details. But if you maximize this thing, you will be much more confident. So what I want here is you all of your groups should read a couple of times and follow the guidelines. I'm keep updating and keep changing that just to make sure it becomes one of the masterpiece. So you not only learn theory, but you also have a practical experience. Now, every student says, I need a hands-on experience, right? So we will try to do the hands-on experience. So we will do one lab today. Next week we'll do another lab, and week after we do another lab. And if you combine this together, you will repeat this thing in your real life multiple times. So you will feel more confident, right? We will use varieties of tools which will help you also. Again, project will give you definitely, main idea behind the project is to give you more experience, right? We can also do some research, practical experience and all.
So this project we're doing in class, we're not doing it outside.
You should do outside. In class, I'm explaining. Outside, whole week you're gonna spend time with your group, and you should do that.
That's like the BA, right?
Of course, yes, of course. So whatever happened in a, Rachel, you're approved. What happens in a classroom is this a theory or lab, but what happened outside, it's a homework or project, right? So we want to have a combination. Now, there's a lot of videos I added. So there are two benefits. One, you can quickly understand some of the definitions and some of the terms. Some videos are kind of quickly, like in this video is a like 4-minute video. You can learn it. I'm going to cover that in a few minutes, so you'll understand. Now, what you would learn if you do this project, so you will learn teamwork, you will learn Scrum process, features, story, product backlog, everything you're going to learn, right? That's the goal, because you are going for an interview. People will expect you should know the tool also, because you cannot just say I'm a Scrum certified, but I do not know how Jira works or Miro board works. So we're going to do this kind of tool also. Then anything which I'm teaching you, Scrum terminology definition, I added a video here. Feel free and watch. Now, if I go here, there are questions you will be asked in the certification exam and in interview, write a story. So what is story? So far you might have noticed I use word epic. Did I use the word epic? What is epic means? Big functionality. But when I break it down, the functionality in a smaller piece, it's become a story. So what is story and all, we'll cover that. Most likely we'll cover next week, but I just want to give you an idea. So big brush, when I say big brush, right, that's just epic. And then we are talking about story. Who writes story? Product owner writes story. Story, if I break it down further, then there will be a tasks. There will be a task. So the way it works, one epic, please pay attention. One epic can have many stories. One epic can have many stories, and one story can have many tasks. Make sense? This is very popular question in your interview. How epic, story, and tasks are related? So one epic can have many stories, and one stories can have many tasks. Now, story normally completed in sprint. Story normally completed in sprint. Epic normally completed in a release. Make sense or no? So when you say epic, you normally complete in a release. But epic cannot be completed in a sprint. Most epic are not completed in a sprint because epic are big. So you break it down into multiple stories. Some story you will complete in one sprint, some story you complete in second sprint. So epic normally span across multiple sprints, but story normally start and finish in one sprint. So far so good. Story start and finish in one sprint. Epic normally by default span across the sprints. Yes.
I think earlier you said that there were like when you do the diagram, it was like 3 releases in one epic. Was it? Did I take?
No, you may want to wait a second. I didn't say that. I say each release have multiple epics. Each release have multiple epics. So what you are doing, that's epic. Right? When you are doing, it's a release, right? So it's you switch that. So far so good. One epic has many stories, and one story has many tasks. Whenever I say epic is a big story, epic normally span across the sprint, but story should start and finish in one sprint. Make sense? We'll talk about that in a few minutes. Now, if you go further, I have also provided some informations. We will create a group. So before we go home, please don't drop quickly. Because when you drop quickly, I have seen many times, oh, my name is not there in a project group. Good news, it means you were not there when I created a group. So in that situation, you may want to add yourself in a group. I will create a like informal group. But if you feel like someone is missed and you say, I know this person, I need to work with him, with her, add in your group also. There is no hard and fast rule, but minimum 5, maximum 9 member will do. Because in a real life, you will have similar team size. 5 to 9 members you have. If somebody asks, what was your team size in interview? You cannot say 15. Agile, the maximum team size, minimum team size will be 3 and maximum will be 9. You cannot have more than 9 in Agile team. Make sense? So that's the reason we are not allowing you more than 9. If you have more than 9, you're kind of following against Agile. Agile wants smaller team is better. 3 is better than 9. Because more team, more communication and coordination problem. Make sense or no? So we'll talk about it. It will take 3 weeks. So I'm thinking February 1st, you will be presenting. Now, there are so many informations are there. Jira tool normally gives you 2 weeks free. After that, you can buy for $10 for 1 month. Again, 2 weeks is good enough for you to do practice because it's so easy that after a couple of time practicing, you will be fine. We are not covering Jira right now because this week and next week, I'm only going to cover Scrum. After we complete Scrum, when we have fair understanding, we are going to do Jira. I will do Jira and then you will do project. So you're approximately around from today on around your 3 weeks. Make sense? So I will cover 1 week Jira. Once I cover 1 week Jira, you will not have any problem because you know in and out. Make sense? You must know Jira if you are thinking about job. In exam, there is no question about Jira. So there won't be any questions about Jira in the exam. So don't worry about that in case if you are. Once I complete Scrum, from here, if you prepare what I ask you to do, then you will be certified. Make sense? It will not take more than 1 week for the certifications. So I added a lot of good videos here. Feel free and watch. Now the project, when you do is you're gonna pick one, either any website of your choice, or you can come up with an innovative product. Either product, websites, mobile applications, anything you can come up. So I will show you how I am coming up, and then that is a reference only. But you and your group should come up with a similar product. It can be a brand new product or it can be existing product. Now, after you do that, similar thing, you have to do research. Know what kind of business is this? Product and service, what kind of business you are doing, what service you are offering, what other applications you are doing, what are your persona, actor, who is using your product or service, right? You have to do some research, roadmap and all. So this kind of things you need to know. And then there is a project task. Project task means at least when you come next week, you and your group should have identified product vision. Which product you are working on? Yes or no? Because you and your group have worked for 1 week. You should have a high level roadmap. You should have a high level, some kind of mind map, some kind of context diagram, some kind of empathy map. And those are the things you should be able to complete that by next week. As I mentioned before, product vision first, product strategy, then product roadmap comes, product backlog comes, and then execution. When it comes execution, sprint, 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 sprint. So right now we are just talking about this side of the thing. Make sense? But your team should come up. Now you say, but I don't know how it works, how product works. So I added a couple of videos here. Product innovation. Watch this thing so you understand how product innovation comes. Example, You know Uber very well. You know Airbnb, you know very well. These are brand new products, right? They are dominating right now in the market. There are so many good examples out there. Was there? That design thinking. Now, any product start. Let me just play the video just quickly so you can.
Hello, welcome to test.
This is what you need to know. So when you do the design thinking, you need to have empathy. Who is using, when they are using, why they are using, when you are using, like that. Define problem. What problem customers are experiencing, and how you're going to solve that problem. So example, Uber is very simple. Hey, customer come from airport and they're looking for a car. When driver is not there, you have to wait. And sometimes when you come late morning, then what happened? You have to wait for 3 hours, 4 hours, because no one came to pick you up. So that was the problem. So they came up with the idea that, hey, let's do this kind of car. They have multiple ideas, then they did prototype. And then they test in one city or one country, and then they implemented in another country. Now, you should have the similar thing. You should have empathy, who, what, when, how, why, and define problem. What problem you are solving? Many of my students came up with like example. If you go to JCPenney, right? I go to JCPenney, and then there are shirts are there, right? Shirt has like small size, medium size, large size. Sometimes large size I buy, but it's extra large. And sometimes when I buy medium, it's perfectly fit. So I don't know how it works. And in order for me to go, I need to go to fitting room. And fitting room, they have hardly two, but there are 5 to 10 people are waiting. So sometimes it's uncomfortable to go to fitting room. You never know how it works. So people like to have digital trial. So the group, like one of the group, they did digital fit, right? So they can say that there will be a like screen. You sit next to the screen and you say this product. So suddenly the product will come and it will fit to you. You will see. You don't have to really change your clothes and anything. So that is the product they came up, right? Some people come up with like just like what do you call Uber Eat, right? Some kind of product. Again, sky's the limit. You and your group come up with the product and then break it down. Go through the journey. It may not be the best journey, but you will have still same concept, same questions, same learning. Make sense? So far, any questions? Right? Now, as you go further, what is value propositions? I want you to watch this recording because in interview, people will ask you. This value proposition is one of the most important topic nowadays in interview. People don't normally ask you. So this one slide in this video, I want you to.
Hello, welcome.
Let me just show you this one. This slide is the most important slide for this video. They will ask you, have you done product innovations? How did you do it? Value proposition, design thinking is a buzzword. You need to make sure you speak and make sure you have deeper knowledge about it. Because if you do not know, it will be shallow and then suddenly they say, you know only bookish. So what you need to do, you and your team need to do, first, you need to think about customer. So this is the customer. And customer has 3 things: pain, he wants gain, and he wants to do some function. The customer has 3 things: pain. Pain means they are suffering. They have pain. Gain means they want some productivity. And function, for a job, they are doing daily function, this kind of functions. So customers are always having these things. Example, no matter what you do, what product you use, you may not be 100% happy. So example, if you are using, let's say, just example, my car. My car does not have a what do you call auto starter. My car doesn't have like the the heat for the driver seats, right? So my pain is as soon as I drive, it's cold, so I need to wait and da. So car does function point A to point B, right? But I have pain in a winter. Sometimes I have to sit in a cold car, and it takes really long time. So what if car comes with remote start or auto heat, XYZ? So those gain customer wants. So now what happens? Some company by default basic car has this feature. So they means I like that product. Yes or no? So what happened is product innovation start with customer complaint or customer need. Make sense? So first you need to do these kind of research. This sticky note which you see here, you and your team member needs to do. Now how to do? You need to do some kind of meeting, and ideally you can do mind map or you can do like sketching, but you have to do that. We're going to do in few minutes so you'll understand. Now once you do, remember, start with customer first and each persona. So example, if you have one persona, then it's easy, but if you have multiple persona, you have to do that. And then you can think about, okay, what product we should come. So wherever they have gain, we can release the gain, increase the gain. Wherever they have pain, we can minimize the pain. And wherever they function, we can empower them, we can allow them to do more function. I like iPhone. iPhone actually is a phone, but it is helping me for my email, if it is helping me for music, if it is helping for camera, if it is helping for GPS, it is helping for texting. So it's not just a phone, but it is also empowering me to do a lot more functions. Do you agree or not? So that is empowerment. So this empowers me, right? Whatever my pain was calling, like I used to have BlackBerry, which required charging. It requires also sometime call drop, and it doesn't work properly, texting and all. That pain is completely gone when I started using iPhone. And the gain, whatever I was looking for, I got all gain in. So definitely I stick with the iPhone. That's the value proposition. Value proposition means the phone gives me more value than any phone in the world. So I picked the iPhone. Make sense? This slide you have to prepare by next week, because until you have this, you don't even have any idea about product. So in order for you to come up with product, you need to do empathy. Empathy means who is the customer, what pain they are going through, when they need, what they need, how they need. If you watch a couple of times this video, you and your group, and then you can say, okay, what pain they think, what pain, like example, everyone might be having a wallet, right? Everyone is carrying wallet. Now, what is the pain on the wallet? So you have to carry on phone, carry on your wallet, right? What if you don't have? You cannot access through internet, right? It's a physical wallet. So now pain is the wallet is physical. I want something digital. So that's called gain. If I have, and whatever I have, I can carry whenever I want, wherever I want. So now suddenly you are thinking about an innovative product, digital wallet. Makes sense or no? Now car, right now car is parked. But in a cold winter, like if you have snowstorm or other, what if the car automatically start, come out from the garage and pick you and then automatically start, which is called driverless car or GPS enabled car. Wherever I am, car can come. Yes or no? Many times I go to like a mall, trust me, I park somewhere and I don't know where I park. And then it's a 30 minutes exercise. I have to walk around. I do like a remote start and nothing happened, nothing. So crazy. And I feel awkward. And that time I think, what if car has a GPS? It gives me locations and I can communicate. Google started now doing that. So if I park my car, Google send me text that this car is parked here. And as soon as I come closer to the car, it gives me now alert, which is amazing thing. I love it. Though I did not ask Google, but because I have my location set up, Google identify that. So such kind of simple innovations, company makes millions of dollars. Make sense? But I want you and your team member think about it. Any questions with respect to value proposition? Pretty good, right? These are videos, okay?
Yeah. So in a value proposition, we should first identify the need.
Absolutely.
The need.
Absolutely.
Then you come up with the solution. The solution is like the other side.
If customers' pain and gain you understood, then your product will really meet. That's called product fit. Product fit means whatever customer is looking for, you are coming with the product. That's a product fit. If customer needs are not understood, the product fit is not right. Right? Yes, sir.
I always heard that you have to explain to the customer like, why is it that pain? Like why that you need this? Like you need to explain to the
That's called sales. If you are educating customer, that's called sales.
Oh, okay.
Right? In furniture, even you don't need it, they will try to sell it. That's called sell. We don't want to be seller. We want to be consultant. So consultant has no that type of thing. Consultant educate you, right? But it does not influence you. So you make decision based on, but salesperson try to sell, right? They kind of in easy language they might brainwash you, right? But we become a consultant. So like example, customers, you can talk and say, okay, tell me what, why, where. So consultant want to learn more, right? And then make an education exercise. But salesperson doesn't want to learn, just want to sell, right? If you say I don't have money, then they say we offer credit card, 0% APR. They will try to sell. They have one side interest. Consultant has two side interests.
They want you to help. They want to help you. That's why.
Yeah, that's why your title is business analyst or product owner, right? It's not a title as a sales agent, right? Because sales agent is focusing on transaction. We are focusing on relationship. Make sense or no? Relationship is ongoing. iPhone has been market for, I believe, at least 10 plus years. That's called relation. Make sense? Furniture, you buy, how many times you buy furniture?
Every 10 years.
10 years. So it's a transaction, right? You don't buy from the same store from the same person. Why? It's transaction. Yes.
So at this point, this is where we are going to be like in Agile, where we had the project manager, the business, and the CFO, and the CEO.
Product manager.
Project manager.
Yeah.
That's where we are going to sit.
Yeah. So
And
this
that's
time,
why-
yes, you're right. Product owner is there.
yeah, that's
Product
it.
manager is there. Business teams are there. C executives are. They all are there. But team is not there.
It's not there. Yeah.
You have still, because you don't know yet what product you are going to work, right? Up so far, it's called concept,
The concept.
right? So far, we are talking about concept. So we all should be agreed that this concept is viable. This concept is really good. It's going to help us. So then business will invest money. Right? Now, as you go further, now after this kind of thing, so I asked some tasks also. So define your plan, define your team capacity and all. I'm going to cover that as I go further. So don't worry about it. I'm just going to educate you. As I explain, there will be a task. As I explain, I'll task. And then there will be a Jira task, which Jira will connect all the dots, but that will be a 2 weeks after. If you go further, this is what I was covering so far. So if you see here, initiatives, Epic is broken down into story, and stories are broken down into task, right? So we're going to do some exercise, so we'll see how it works. Now, if you go further, sprint 1, what you can do, sprint 2, this is we will do through Jira. So you will have understanding. I have a small video which is prepared by last student group. So you will see this video, you will understand how they did. I would strongly suggest you watch so you can have idea. So last group did this. So I think seeing that you can understand, I'm hoping that you will do much better than them because they did not have an example. You have an example, so you can do that. Some of you might be saying, okay, what would be the presentation part? So presentation, I'm asking this thing, it is subject to change. If I feel like something to add, I'll add. But you will have two things, PowerPoint and you will have Jira. So you will have two things you will be presenting, PowerPoint and Jira, and each group will get around 15 to 20 minutes. Again, all those things I have defined. If you do this, this is what real life you do. Exactly, you do this in real life. Everything what you're going to do in real life, we're going to do step by step. If you do one time with your group, second time it will not be as new to you because you are comfortable. Make sense or no? And we are going to do in a logical order. Some of you are further, if you want to go for interview and Jira and all, I have put some questions answered for Jira interview question in case if you want to read about it, interview questions and all. Any question with respect to project? Where the project is, can I count everyone is clear?
Yeah, which of these slides are due next week?
It's not, you don't have to submit me. The project overall due in 3 weeks.
So you're not presenting next week.
You're not presenting next week. You're not presenting, but you should start. Now, how you start is your game plan. So far, so good. Now, any questions before I switch over? Okay, then you click on the classwork. And when you do work on classwork, you should have access to the entire suite, which we talk about week by week. Now, in case if you don't have access, I can put the link in the chat room. So that might be, speed up the things. So those who do not have access to the classwork, I can give you a link itself in the chat room. So you can click on the link and it will take you to the Miro board. Okay. So in case if you don't have access, you can click on it. So now I'm going to switch to Miro board. You all should be able to click on that and follow the path. They might ask you email and all, follow that. And when you follow, you will come here in my Miro board. As you come, I will be able to see it. Please follow that. Click on the link and follow. If it is asking username, email, it will ask you and you will be able to come here. Right now, I'm only one here. Okay. As you come here, slowly and steady, you all will come here.
In product brainstorm.
Are you able to come?
I got.
No, you don't have to show me computer. I'll see here. I will see if you are here.
Oh, I'm here. Yeah.
See, you don't have to bring computer. So this is a collaboration tool, very popular tool in the market, which is the brand new. Last 2 years, people are using Miro. You just need to click and follow the flow.
So when it asks for the email?
Yeah, whatever it says, follow that flow, just like English. You are following the flow, right? Don't ask me that name and email and all, follow the flow, right? If Ahad can do, anybody can do, yes or no?
Yes.
right? Right? Follow the flow. Come on, guys. Follow the flow. You just, if they ask your name, email, just follow the flow. You must know this tool because this tool is one of the most popular tool people are using for virtual team. In your certification exam, there will be a question, how would you, Agile won't work if you have a remote team? No, Agile works. If you use this kind of tool, any virtual team can be able to work remotely. This tool is one of the best tool in the market right now.
Hey, Tushar, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Should we use some different email because it's saying like
Choice is yours. Don't worry about it. Just use whatever you want. That's completely fine. Choice is yours. It's just like you're creating account. You will need account with your team also.
yeah, it says like it keeps work and life separate, so recommend using work email, something like that.
Yeah, just use a common sense type of thing. Just as whatever you feel, like how you getting, just use like that. Ignore some step. You don't have to do all. Think about that. You're just creating a signing account, right? If you think like you're not comfortable, just ignore some of the step. You don't have to worry. Use Yahoo or Gmail. I use my Yahoo, right? You can use Yahoo. Just ignore some step and you will be in. You don't have to do all. Let me give you quick training. First come in. Right now only Ahad is in. That was surprising. Okay, I got Rachel now. Rashid is in. Awesome. I want to see how fast you come. I want to see how fast you come.
How do I get, what do I do?
Sure, is the link posted in the classroom because it's not taking me to the board.
I see, you can see here, Nima. I'm hoping you are able to see how many people are coming here.
Oh, I'm trying to go.
Yeah.
Can you see me?
Just use it.
You have to see that. There should be a link for you. Now click on my link in chat room. You will come. I have added a link in the chat room.
You
I have
also emailed the link, right?
it's everything is there.
I clicked on that link.
Yeah, click on that. You should be coming.
No, I clicked on it.
You will come. See, link in a Google Class, link in a chat room, right? Try to create an account and you will come in. Take your time, figure it out. You will see somewhere my team, product brainstorm. You will see somewhere, product brainstorm somewhere. Are you able to see? Are you logged in or no?
I am logged in, I'm here, but I don't.
Did you click on my link?
Yes,
or?
yes,
Yeah.
I clicked on it.
So you should have a broad-in team. Click on that.
I can see Tom team, but I cannot see product brainstorm.
Yeah, 1 second. 1 second, I'll answer your question. You're only one person here. Team profile, can you click on that?
Are we still talking about the classroom or Miro?
Miro, let me repeat. I think, please understand everyone. I'll repeat one more time. In Google Class, let me repeat again. Just want to make sure you all understand. In Google Class, week 2, please understand. You can easily understand Miro bot. This is a shareable link. Okay, this is a shareable link. You have to click on these and follow and create. If you click on that, it will start asking you your name, email, and all. And then you will slowly go through Miro. When you go through Miro, I will be able to see you here. See here, I am started seeing the people. Now Nima came here. Nima, how did you come? You just said a few minutes back you were not able to see, but now you are in. So can you tell us what did you do so others are also
Okay, so under your initials, there's a I for IT expert. So you have to click on the I, and then you'll see your product brainstorm board.
Okay.
So first it takes you to Miro, and then under your initials, like for me, it would be NP. So under my initials, there's a one that says I for IT expert.
Got it. Thank you. Thank you. So I think I got it. So thank you, Nima. So guys, on the left side, in the left side, you have I here. If you click on I, that's for me. and on the top it will be you. So if you click on I, you will come to Miro board of mine.
And then you clicked on new board. New
No,
board.
no, no, not new. You're gonna use my board.
Hey, Tushar, what do I do when it says set up your team?
You don't have to set up. You are not following, my friend. You don't have to set up. You just go next, next, next. Ignore. You don't have to set up. See, guys, don't make it hard. See, all those people are first time doing also. It's not, and then you have a 3 Miro board. Make sense? And you have to restart again, create a new board, invite your team. So far, so good. So this logistic wise, you and your team member has to work on. There's no difference between one person create, another person participate. They will have a similar access because you are giving them edit access. So far, so good. Question.
We didn't create a WhatsApp group or something?
That's your team decision, right? Yeah, we'll do that.
We are going to use Miro board for discussion.
Give me 2 minutes. I have to cover that. I have not even started yet. So now let's say hold all your questions for 10 minutes. Now let's say I have a team invited. I have a meeting. So I click on this board. So I'm in, and all of your cursors are moving. Please relax. All your cursors are moving. And what does it mean? You have accepted my board. Now, if I realize that some person is really crazy, I can say, I can expel that. I can remove them. So just I need to click on that icon, then I can see who is doing what. So I can click on that. So, for example, I want to see Nima. Nima, can you move your mouse now? So I'm watching Nima. Nima, move your mouse so I can see what Nima is doing overall. If Nima is moving her mouse. Do you see? So sometimes we can see one person, but if I don't want to see any of them, I can click on this. If I click on this, I can hide their cursor. If I click again, I can show everyone cursor. So sometimes it will be crazy, but if I don't want to see, I just hide that. Even though they are there, I'm not seeing that. But if I want to see particular, then I can go and click on the name. If I click on any of them name, so I can see what that person is doing. So I'm tracking that person. So far, so good. So this way, 6-7 people, it's easy to do. Having a 30 people is pretty difficult. But I'm just giving you a clue a little bit. So far, so good. Now, how this works. So this, I already created some kind of frame. So you will be creating a frame for a first exercise, which you will do with your team called design thinking. Design thinking is about who, what, why, when, right? So I created here, this is called frame, why we are doing product. There should be a question, right? Why we are doing product development. So here I want to write information, why we are doing product. But because I have 8 members, they all will have their own opinion, yes or no? So I have right now only 8 people. So people who are able to log in, follow me. Click on the sticky note, and use a different color. Each one can select different colors. So like example, one person select green color, one person select red color, one person select this, use different color, and you click on the sticky note and put it here, why? And write why you think. So like example, I want to make money or make more money. That's my why, make more money. See, I'm recording myself. So you can always watch recording, but each one of you will click on here and put it your sticky note, only one sticky note. Don't do more because you have already 8 sticky note, right? And then you minimize your text. Like you click on that and you can minimize your text. So your text will be visible here. And then you can zoom. So I'm zooming right now. So you can see I have my part ready. Now everyone can put that. So 8 sticky note will be easily you can accomplish here. So once you have that, then you can say, okay, guys, what is the real purpose we are doing it? Everyone write their informations. Once they write, they minimize the sticky note and put in a why. Why are we doing product development? You click here, I can see the Nima and Yas is not writing it. Once they write it, they should move it. Again, there is no wrong or right answer, but make sure you write and put the why. As soon as, and give a time, make sure they don't take infinite time. Everyone will get a 1 minute or 2 minutes. They write that. If they say, I don't know, then write don't know. It's okay. But your sticky note should come in 2 minutes, 3 minutes, because these meetings you have, it's very time box. Every meeting will have a time box. So this first frame is a why. Now people say, but I have no idea. We didn't discuss. then write what you have, and then you discuss every time you complete 8, then you discuss, okay, guys, we have so many ideas, but what is the true reason we are doing product development? So you and your team member will again think about it. And then you can say, hey, looks like make more money may not be the right choice. So help company to grow, maybe this looks pretty good. Maybe make life easier, but whose life easier? Something is missing. So the who will be coming here. So I need a sticky note to address that who, that my customer or persona. Growth of the company. So seems like these two are matching. So this is same thing. So basically we don't have to duplicate. And a learning. What is learning means? So this may not make sense. So now we are doing product development for company growth. Definitely that looks okay. If other item is not clear, then we need to discuss about it. You give a 5 minutes time box, and then we can say, guys, what do you think? Is that a right reason we are doing product development, growing company? If everyone say yes, the rest of the sticky notes goes like in a bundle like this. We don't care about those sticky notes. We don't delete it, but we focus on one, which is the most agreed upon. Make sense? And then you move to the next exercise. So first, why everyone in your team should have a very clear picture why we are doing the product development. Now we can say, okay, guys, now you have 5 minutes. You have 5 minutes. If you want to move from one frame to another frame, use right click, and then you right click and you move like this. You can move right click and move. Right click and you move it around. So now I'm saying, okay, guys, for whom we are doing product. But you say, but we don't know what product we are developing. So then there will be a 2-minute discussion that, hey, we are doing product for, think about your team, 2 minutes to discuss about it. And you can say, okay, we're developing this for maybe driver, or we are developing this for instructor. So now everyone will have 5 minutes for whom we are developing. So everyone say this product is for customer, but customer, what kind of customer? Is a doctor, patient, nurse, student, instructor, defined. Time box is pretty important. Again, you don't have to spend a lot of time. You're bringing people up to speed quickly. People may say, but I have no idea, how can I discuss? That's a good question. Then you have take 2 minutes pause and say, okay, let's discuss about it. Our intention to solve this type of problem. So who will be customer for this? We want to grow business, this kind of segment. Who will be customer? So people will write 5 to 6 customers. And then we can say, our customer may be this. Are we agreed? People say yes. Then you kind of agreed upon. So why is a business growth? Who is this kind of customer we are targeting? Then you take a pause and then you right click and then now again you can think, okay, what we gonna do for that customer? Again, use a sticky note, plug it here, do this exercise, take a pause, 5-minute thing, take a pause, agreed upon. Then when we're gonna do it? Is it 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, like that? So this is the way you think about empathy. This exercise should not take more than 30 minutes. Why? The more time box you do, more discipline you will have. Otherwise, people will go crazy. Any questions so far?
I just need to remind me in the left now where there is the arrow.
This is sticky note. That's it.
No. Up on the top. On the top, on your side, it will be on the
This
top
one?
right. No, the other side. On top right.
What's the question, first of all? What is top right means here?
Yeah, there is what you said. What you said that it's a new idea that has developed within two years, where it involves.
No, what is the question? What is the question?
I just reminded me of what it is called. Let me use this cursor.
What is
on the top where is NCA 10 and yellow, that yellow one.
These are people.
Okay.
These are people. These are person.
Okay.
This is not idea. These are people who join my board. These are team members. These
I'm
are my
just curious, what's your board name?
My board name is Product Brainstorm.
I can't find it.
Yeah. So because many of your problem you are not able to find because some reason you're not able to see me after you click on the link. You can see an I somewhere.
No I.
Okay, if you're not able to see, if you can click on Miro.
I just want to add something. I tried both links. Week 3 link works week 2 link doesn't work. So when you click in the week 3 link for the Miro, it takes you to your board. So try that one.
Which one? Sorry, could you repeat again?
Yes. So when you have, week 3 and week 2 both has listed Miro. So week 2 link does not take you to your group, but week 3 link does take you to the right place.
Let me put the link in the chat. That's a very good observation.
Thank you, Sweta, because it just worked. It's only
It
week
worked.
3
Yeah,
worked.
for me, I kept on trying 2 and it did not work. But
Yeah,
3 worked.
it wasn't
Thank
working.
you. Thank you. I think that helps. So now, I hope you are able to see this view. We can see here that's the, and this is the view. And again, you will be doing this exercise with your team. So don't worry about too much. Sorry, my mistake.
It worked. I'm in.
Yeah. So when you do this exercise with your team, you will have enough time. I have limited time, so I want to make sure we move forward. Now, let's say if I go, now your question is, can I do more here? So let me just go here. Right now, you will have a question, how did I come up with the frame? Okay. I want you to understand, right now, don't do it. You will do with your team. But the frame, this yellow thing, the color you see this, these are frame. So you need to come up with a frame. So how do you come up with a frame? So see here, and I'm recording the session so you can watch later. These will open another panel. So I click on that, it will open the panel. So you can see the panel. And in panel, you can click on the plus sign here, which will help you to open a frame. So like example, I'm doing it, you guys don't do it. I'm going to click a panel. So you can see the panel get added. So when I panel added, it will be a blank panel. So I can click here and give a name. So I can say now, let's say example, supplier, just like that. So I can supply. So panel is added. It's a white frame. Now, if you go in the border, it will give me options to do color. So I can select color. Make sense? So if I go in a border, I can go to the here and I can pick the color of the frame. So it looks good, right? It looks nice. And I can write, if I want to change, I can change also. Make sense? So you will create a frame, your team member will participate, and you will work on this exercise. The first exercise I want you to do is called what, whom, why, before you come up with any details. This exercise will help you to come on a same page. The page will be what product we are doing, for whom we are doing, what we will be doing, why we are doing. Those basic understanding will be on the same page. Make sense or no? Can I count everyone will be able to do this thing? Make sense or no? Now, all of you try to go to this link. This is independent link, has nothing to do with mine. Please do along with me, okay? Type draw.io. draw.io. Make sure everyone type. This will be independent. Has nothing to do with Miro. This is another tool you are using. Draw.io. Please follow me. Draw.io. If in case if you are not able to follow, we are recording the session, so you can always watch it. So don't feel awkward that hey, I'm not able. You can watch it and you should be able to follow. So let's do draw.io. In draw.io, press enter. So you are able to come here.
This is the same thing that we use in our.
Yeah, same. Now, some of you will see this type of dialog box. If you are able to see this dialog box, you will click on the device. Okay, you will click on device. Now, when you click device, you will get two blue buttons like this. Your goal is to click on first one, create a new diagram first time. The next meeting, you will be using existing diagram. Make sense or no? Because this will be your team diagram. This will be your team diagrams. Make sense or no? So first time you will create a first, and the second time you will create a existing diagram. Now, please don't drop tonight, because I will do quick exercise and then we will create a teams, because if you drop, I will not know which team you will belongs to. Then whole week of productivity will be lost, right? So give me 15-20 minutes, I'll walk through and then I'll create a team for you. So right now, I'm going to create a new diagram. You see, I'm right now what means doing like arrow and all. So you can watch this recording and you should be able to do that as well. So create a new diagram. In that, you select the blank diagram, blank. You select the blank and then you click on create. So first you're going to click on a blank and then you're going to click on create. Right? Now, when you click on create, it's going to ask you what's the name. This time you should write your product name. So like example, if you are doing product, let's say just like I'm creating Amazon.com, just like example. So like I'm the one who coming with the new, just like Alibaba.com, right? I want to come up with similar site. So let's say I come up with the Amazon, just like example. So I can say Amazon name I can come up with, and then I can save it. Don't worry about other thing. Don't worry about whatever it is default, just write a name, right? You can write whatever you want, but if you are working for a company or working for product, it's a good idea that you write a product name so you can share among your team member also. Now you save it. I already have it, so I'm going to say yes. So now I'm coming here. Let me know so far any questions. So far, so good. Now I want you to stop because this is a tool. You will use it. So stop it. How quickly I do it, because if I do myself, I will be able to do in 5 to 10 minutes. If you do along with me, it will take no time. So I want to give you enough knowledge so you can start working on a next step. Make sense? So please stop and relax and enjoy. It will take me hardly 5 to 10 minutes how I do, and I'm recording the session. The first thing you need to do is the page you have, you double click on page and then you give a name. Each step you have a name. So the first is I'll give a context. Many of you are BS students. Many of you are having some experience. So we'll have mixed match kind of students. So the context diagram and other things I have in our some video and reference, and I'm showing you here. So context. So let's say these are the drawing symbols are here. So I'm going to use symbol again, not right or wrong. Any symbol you can use. So like example context. So I'll say I'm going to use this symbol and I'm going to say Amazon. I'm going to type here Amazon. So Amazon is my product. Now context means always think about input, process and output. So who is going to provide input? So now I need a customer. So I'm going to go up here and there is a search box. I'm going to search customer. So customer, I'm going to search here and I will get some icon. There is no right or wrong answer thing. I will get a customer. So I like this icon. So I select the customer and that is my persona. You already did that in Miro. Remember who, what, why, whom. So there should not be disagreement. Now you are coming to the agreement already. If you have disagreement here, then you did not do Miro board. Miro board allows you brainstorming. We are now going in a diagrammic form. Miro board doesn't give you diagram. So we are now saying customer is like here, shopper. Just an example. That's our prime customer. Can I add another customer? Yeah, you can say here, example, vendor, because vendor can be a customer. Make sense? So you provide vendor. Now you can say the vendor interact with Amazon. So you move your mouse and you will have blue arrow. You move your mouse, you will have blue arrow and you connect like that. You move your mouse and you will have blue arrow and you connect. So it means customer and vendor interact with Amazon. Now the question is, what system or application Amazon is interacting? So you can say Amazon interact with UPS, FedEx, like that. So you put another like symbol like that, and you can say UPS like that. You can put another symbol and you can say they interact with maybe Chase for payment processing. They interact with other system called FedEx. You may say, but how do I know? That's why your team is there. You're not alone. If you don't know, you search on Google, you ask friends and family members, and that is why, remember cone of uncertainty? You start with unknown, but if you start looking or you ask, if you don't know anything, ask your group. If your entire group doesn't know, you can ask me, ask your friends or family. That's called research. You don't have to answer in 1 minute. You have to answer in whole 1 week, right? So once you identify, you kind of again move your mouse, you can connect the dot like that, right? You move your mouse, again connect the dot like that, you move your mouse, connect the dot like that, and then you ask your team member, is this right? Am I missing anything? This diagram is a working diagram. So now in the next meeting you do, people say, yeah, these are our prime customer and these are dependent. Then someone say, you're missing this system, add it. Hey, you're missing this, add it. So the diagram will get more shape. But this is something iterative and incremental. Interview question. Which diagram you prepare the first? Context diagram. Big picture, 70,000 feet picture. Any question with respect to context diagram? You and your team can do it, yes or no? Right?
Yes.
Now, I'm going to the next level. That is the plus. So I'm going to click on a plus. Now you can see here what I do. I click on a plus, and here I'm going to say product roadmap. Product roadmap. Now, anytime I have product roadmap, I'm going to use like a symbol like this way. Roadmap means, so I'm going to put a symbol. You see how easy it is? For time being, because of limited time, I'm going to use limited box. So let's say example, I say release. So I say release 1. And I say release 2. Now you can say, but what we are going to do in this release? So you put the symbol and then you write what you're going to do in this. So if you want to keep some distance, that will be also fine. So you can say this in this release, let's say, just for example, if I'm doing Amazon. So if I take Amazon, so you can see and feel what I'm talking about. So let's say we are building this Amazon from scratch. So what would be the first thing I should do from Amazon? If I'm building from scratch, product search. Do you agree or not? Because if I don't do product search, there's no point. And then I need to do payment. Then I need to do shopping cart. Do you agree or not? So I got the idea. Now, second, what should I do? User management, subscription, right? Then maybe saving list. So I can keep adding as I go further, but I need to consider what am I going to do first. So right now, I realize that, hey, I need to do product search, big ticket item, product search. So this is my epic. Do you agree? And then I need to do shopping cart. Because if I don't have a shopping cart, they will not be able to buy it. So that's a shopping cart. So that is my big ticket item. These are my epic. So my release is here and I have 2 epic. Again, I can have multiple epic. Epic is a big ticket item. You see, I did not write too much detail. Make sense or no? What you need to do, you need to think about what are the things you do subsequent. So like example, release 1, if I do, will customer can use it? Will customer can go forward? So that is what release is about. Now, once you say product search, now you can divide the product search in a next item, which is called story. So anything in the product search, you can say, I want to search by name. You can search by name. You can say search by category, search by category, search by brand, right? I can do that. These are sub portion of this epic. So if this is the epic, then this is the story. When I say story, how the story works, I'll cover in next week in detail. But I want you to do rudimentary, epic, and story. Make sense? Rudimentary. There is no wrong or right answer. Doable? There are some videos I added in a Google class as a homework, so you will have access to that. This much I need from you. Can I count that?
Yeah.
Right? It is not that good. It's not going to take like hours, maybe a 1 or 2 hour, and you should rudimentary. And I need a lots of questions from you. Lots of questions. Okay. Now, homework is pretty different now. Homework, this is the project work. Project works is in, everything is in Google class. I'll walk you through just to give you an idea. Your project work, let me go here. Your project work, which is homework, is here. Homework is all about Scrum. So if you see the homework, I kind of give a video here, you read it and you will answer those questions. These are individual. Homework is individual. So you will answer homework individually. But when you go for project, you are working in a group. So now group project details, I have put all the thing here, how the group project will work. But the question is, what is our group? So now let's form a group. Make sense? So I'm going to form a group. I do not have everyone's phone number and email right now. But if you are remote, and if you want to work with your team, The best way to work with your team is very simple. You use chat room right now. We're going to create a group 1. So when group 1, we will add like around 7 members. Then we'll add a group 2, we'll add a 7 members. Then we'll say group 3, we'll add seven members. So this way we can have reasonable groups. So maybe here maximum we'll have 4 groups. If I add your name, you should write your name and email or phone number in your chat. And one of your group members should create WhatsApp account and create a separate smaller group. So that way you can have communication going. Many of you are taking BA class, QA class, and others, so you know you are comfortable. But if you're not comfortable, be comfortable with this new learning, because we need to create a group. When I have everyone's informations, I will put in the group also. But if you add right now in a chat room your name and email, other team members will know who are my group members, and then they can create a groups. If you are not able to find out your group name and email, you can email me. My email is simple. You can email me, hey, I'm not able to find this person. Can you find his contact? I will find for you. Make sense? So let me create a group quickly, so that way we can easily start working with our group, because I know they're almost on time and I don't want to keep you holding here. So we'll start here. So first we'll start Archana, Vishwa, so Charity, Elizabeth. Sorry if I made a typo here. Hitesh, Imi. So this is one group. So that's a group 1. So what you can do here, one person can, hey, this is my phone number, this is my name, this is my email. Can you do a group? So some of you might create a group chat and say, you know what, let me invite you, and we will join that. But make sure you take some action. You tell your group, hey, this is my email, this is my phone number, please invite me in a group. Or one person become a leader, say, hey, I'm going to create a group chat. I'll email you, and then you can set your time and date and start having a meeting. Make sense? Anytime your questions, group related questions, when you email me, you should copy entire group, so that way the group will know that you are talking to me. Because if, let's say, Archana email and no one talk to me, it won't go well, because then you create a knowledge gap. We want to make sure entire group is up to speed. Now we can create a group 2. So in a group 2, we have Mansi, we have Mishal, we have Naresh, we have Nima, we have Rachel, we have Samir, and we have Silas. So that's the group 2. And again, there are some people might know how to create a WhatsApp group and all, help each other out. Again, it's a learning. Remember, Agile is all cross-functional team. It's not everyone will know WhatsApp. It not everyone knows. That's why you will be formed like as a team, and you will work as a cross-functional team. That's the real experience. If you all know everything, then there is no learning, right? Yes or no? 1 second, let me complete. Then Silas is good. Moving forward. So we have complete Silas. Now Sayyad, Trini. What is this name here? YADW. Who is this? Yes, you are here. Huh? Look like yes.
I wouldn't know how.
Huh? Look like Y. Who is YADW? Oh yeah. Yeah, I know. So, and here I had to pick 3 people. So, did I miss anyone? No, right? So, well, what I'll do first? How do I pronounce?
Miss me, Mahasweta.
You missed? Oh, Mahasweta, I missed.
Mm-hmm.
Mahasweta and Nabiha. N-A-B-I-H-A. And Yash, Y-A-S-H, and Sigam, right? So that's one group, and now group 4. So we'll start with here, Rashid, Ahad, your name, sir?
I was going to request you to be in a group.
No.
No problem.
Trust me, it's always good to have this way. You will learn more, trust me. And you can always repeat, don't worry. What's your first name?
Paulsen, P-A-U.
P-A-U.
R like London. S-E-E-N.
Paulsen. Okay. Prince. And I think if a couple of people are missed, so let me move it around some people because we have right now 4. I think one person missed here. So let's see which group has more people. So this group is pretty tiny. This group is, I think this group I can pick Silas, move it around here. So this group is good. So I'll put Silas here also. So that way you have, in case additional person comes, I'll put them spread around. But one person from your group should create WhatsApp group or email group and communicate to the rest of the people, hey, this is our group, and then you start. Don't worry about that you are comfortable with a person. Can I work with a person? Then you are really not learning, because you need to be comfortable, because in organization what happen, every 3 months you will change the group, every 3 months. Why? Because release will require different expertise and you will be moving around. The reason you're moving around 3 months, so we want you to learn everything. We don't want you to be remain in one group. So that's why BA students will go to QA group, QA students will go to database group, after a while everyone will know everything. And that's the reason cross-functional team works. Yes.
Why is group 3 so much bigger than our group 4? There's a few people more in group.
Yeah, because I think some people are missed. So I will have more people. Some people will more.
Our group will have a disadvantage compared to the other group.
No, you will have more advantage. You have more opportunity to learn. The smaller the group is better. Minimum 3, maximum 9. Smaller the group is better. You know why? Because you will perform more. Right? It's a better opportunity. There's no disadvantage because right now some people missed out. Right? If some people miss out, they will join again.
Yeah, okay.
Right? Make sure you have a group community. Group community means your phone number, emails are shared. You can use chat room and make sure you share with others. So this way, everyone knows everyone. Sounds good? What I will do it just for knowledge purpose. Once I have everyone's information, I'll put in a in a Google class, so that way you can communicate also. But in case if you're having a problem and you want to reach out to the person and say, hey, this guy is not responding, you can email me, so I'll provide their contact numbers. I cannot force anyone to join the group and attend the meeting. At least I can provide you contact number. I request you all to be a good citizen and participate, because in 3 weeks you will see the magic. Right? Today we kind of cover a lot of things. I could not cover a lot of things. Your homework is all certain things I have not even touched your homework. But you can watch the video and recording and you can try the homework. When you come next week, it will be much better and much clearer, because I'm going to cover that part. I was not able to touch Scrum. I was able to touch about high level how it works.
Okay.
And I was able to create the groups here. But next week we'll touch about Scrum.
So yeah, so the homework is like 46 questions, right?
Yes. It's all in group in a Google class. Any question on phone before we adjourn? Any questions, concerns?
The assignment is on group 3, right? I mean, week 3.
Week 3. I'll make sure everything is covered well. So let me show you here. So we posted Miro board.
Okay.
We have group project details here. So this is the group project details. This is all the details here. So you're gonna let me. This is let me posted. I have a link here, so I'll put a link here itself. So I'll do that part.
Oh yeah, you're my group.
So
right?
that way you have everything available in your access.
Okay. So my last question. This is my first class. How do I go back to previous classes?
It's all in Google Class. Very good question.
I don't know how to use it.
So if you go down here, if you go to week 2, right? If you go to week 2, anytime you go to week 2, whatever I have covered, the videos are available.
Okay.
Right? PowerPoint is also available. Homework is available. Agenda is available. So anything I have covered, it's all here available. Recording is available. So you can see that recording.
Okay.
Right? So that way you can see the access. Everything, whatever we covered, should be there.
And how do we get the link for next week? Or is it the same link?
Same link. Same link which you are accessing, you get a same link.
Okay. Thank you.
And if you have any problem, at any time, drop me an email and I'll personally provide you the response.
You got it. Thank you.
So thank you everyone. I hope you enjoy and I hope you will do the project related progress. Okay.